Good morning, and welcome back to Life and Style. This is Wellness Monday, where we tell you the best project you can ever work on is you. Tumeona ambavyo Philip amekuwa akifanya kule kwenye beach kidogo, kwenye Fit and Fab. So keep the conversation going. Tell us, what do you think about that workout, that specific workout? Because that's the first time Fit and Fab is getting out of Nairobi. Tumeenda outside county, unajua tunagonga county zote maje Philip.
Kweli. Show ni ya Kenya nzima.
Ni ya Kenya nzima. So hata Loitoktok, ukue Turkana, ukue Marsabit, ukue wapi, popote Kisii, Nyanza, tutakuja kwani tunakuja kwa sababu yako ama vipi?
It's about you. It starts with you. Kenya yote tunakuja, tuko njiani.
Na ni Monday until we make Monday to be a wellness country, you see? Ama vipi? But right about now, tuko na Fit and Beyond the Sport. Fit and Fab imenigia sana.
Ya workout ya agility imekuchanganya.
Imenichanganya kidogo.
Agility ladder imekuchanganya.
Imenichanganya.
Sawa, zote ziko Wellness Monday bado at the end of the day.
Lakini unajua Philip,
yes.
Tunafaa tuambie watu tulikuwa wapi. Au kuenda peke yako. Because guys are wondering, so Beyond the Sport nini inakuja? Beyond the Sport inakuja.
Unajua wakiona, unajua saa zingine ni poa kuikeep a secret. Inakuwa
ibaki siri, si ndio?
Chini ya meza.
Kweli kabisa.
Chini ya maji.
Chini ya maji.
Mombasa, chini ya maji.
Tuko sasa tunasema nini? Chini ya bahari basi tukienda Beyond the Sport. Take it away. Good morning and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Sport. I'm your host Brian Suma, and today, imagine this. Imagine a sport where you can combine 3 sports. That is swimming, athletics, and what's the other sport? Yeah, that's for you to find out. Because this is Beyond the Sport, and I'm here with a champion. This guy, he has triumphed at not only Kenya, but Africa. He's none other than Mohammed Shamuty. Vipi bro?
Poa kabisa.
Asante sana kwa mwaliko.
Asante sana.
Thank you very much. Let's start by a brief introduction of you. Who's Mohammed Shamuty?
My full name are Mohammed Shamuty, born in Mombasa and raised in Mombasa. Mohammed Shamuty went to Highgate Academy, both primary and secondary school. Then from there, he moved out of town because everything since was based in Mombasa. So he went to university, which started in Mount Kenya University. Now from there, it's when he started developing into what he is right now.
Yeah. What he is right now. And I've just mentioned 3 things in my introduction, what triathlon entails.
Yeah.
Probably you can mention the 3rd thing, because I just mentioned 2. What is the other thing?
Triathlon. The word tri simply means 3.
Yeah.
So 3 sports combined, that is swimming, bike, and running. Yes, that entails triathlon.
But talking about swimming, cycling, and running, combining these sports, it needs a background.
Yes.
So where did your background, or where does your background in sports come from?
Surprisingly, my background didn't come from any of those sports.
You don't say?
Yes. My background came from football. I was a football, in high school I was the football captain of the team.
Oh.
Coming to university, I still played football. But you know, as the trend goes, when you're in university, if you're not second year, third year, you're not qualified for you to be in the team.
Sure.
So I got disappointed. But since I had passion in sport, I wanted to continue the sport. So I sat and think, what else should I do? So good thing is at the university there was a swimming pool, Mount Kenya, which is based in Thika. So I said, for me to qualify to be part of the team, like swimming, there's not going to be rejection, because if you're the best, you're the best. Everyone is seeing.
Yeah.
And like football, someone's going to favor you because he knows you, because you are connected with someone.
Sure.
So I started swimming because I knew the normal swimming people do. I don't know, people call it river.
Yeah.
The river thing, yes. So that's when I started my swimming in university level. So in university level, my diploma was 1 year. So in that 1 year, I managed to achieve and became one of the top swimmer in the university.
Were you a swimmer before? Because it's not easy to learn swimming.
I wasn't a swimmer, but since I'm coming from Mombasa background, everyone goes to the beach, it's near, so you just, the normal swimming, playing with the water. But everything, nothing is impossible with the right courage, with the right passion, and whatever you want to do. Everything, nothing is impossible, let's say.
When did you decide now to join the triathlon?
Now, after campus, since I started swimming, coming back here, I was doing my industrial attachment. I got a job. Then I still had that passion in swimming, so I continued swimming. We used to have open water sports event, which is like a new challenge for me because I'm just used to swimming the swimming pool.
Yeah.
So I like to take new challenges. So I went for the open water swimming events, which were mostly held in Fort Jesus in Mombasa. So one of the events, it was organized by Kenya Triathlon Federation. And that's when I met the Secretary General, Mr. Harrison Mwangi. That was back in early 2014. After the event, I managed to come top 10 in that open water event. So from there, he told some of us that there are going to be trials for it was Commonwealth Games, yes, national team 2014 for Commonwealth, and the Youth African Games, which were held in Botswana. So I say, let me give a try. So he's the one who introduced me to the sports. So he introduced me to another guy who is Abdulaziz, who is non-cyclist in Mombasa. So that's how I got involved in the triathlon. So I was to decide which event to take part, the Commonwealth Games qualifiers for the team or the youth. But since I was above 18, I couldn't qualify for the youth. Right. But I took part for the youth because it was my first triathlon event. So the youth was sprint distance that compiles of 750 meter swim, 20 kilometers bike, and 5 kilometers run. Right. And Olympic distance, it's double. That's 1,500 swim, 40 kilometers bike, and 10 kilometers run. So I said, since it's my first, let me just, because when you want to go up there, it's like a ladder. You just have to go one step at a time. You cannot just climb over there. Sure. Maybe you're going to just trip down. So I started with the sprint distance, and I won the event.
Wow. A champion you are. And one thing that I'm getting to learn from your story is that you're a person who's motivated, but because you came into the competition for the first time and you won it. Looking at it technically, swimming is a technical sport. Doing 75 meters itself, it's not easy. How would you manage? Because you have to get into a pool or get into a large body of water, swim. After swimming, get to a bike, cycle another 20 kilometers. Then afterwards, run another 5 kilometers, and the standard one, which is 10 kilometers.
Yes.
How is that for you?
For the sport, if you're not feeling like quitting, you're not doing right. So it's more mental than physical. So what usually happens to me during my first course, that is swimming, when I start to run, I'm about like 300, 400 meters, I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? Because it's not, there's a biking waiting for me, there's a running waiting for me, but I say, look, I started it, let me just finish it. So that's motivates me, and I keep pushing. Because sometimes, since swimming, I just started recently. Majority of people had swimming background from young ages. So it's kind of still one of my weakest points, but that doesn't back me down because triathlon compiles of 3. Yeah. It's not just only swimming. Exactly. So if you came last of swimming, so you have to make it up from the biking and to the running leg. So from swimming, so if I'm last or I'm within the bunch, I'm like, oh, you're gonna finish this. You started it, you just have to finish it.
How do you score points? Is it because these are 3 levels?
Yes.
Are there points that people score? Because I'm thinking if you're swimming, maybe probably are you scoring points in swimming? Are you scoring points in cycling? Are you scoring points in running, or it's just the overall thing?
It's overall. That's the good thing. It's overall. So it doesn't matter whether you're a good swimmer or you're a good cyclist or you're a good runner. So if you're a good swimmer, maybe someone is a good cyclist, so he's going to catch up on you. If you're a good cyclist, someone is a good runner, so you lead from the cycling, someone is going to come and get on you on the running leg. Yeah. So that's why it's called triathlon.
Yeah. Since you started, what can you say is the highlights of your career? Because maybe that particular competition that you participated in and you're like, this is it for me. I've reached, at least I'm somewhere. There's that recognition.
So far, I haven't reached the highlight yet. since taking part, after taking part in the African Championship, which was held this year, I learned lots of things, which and lots of mistakes I made. And that's not highlighted because I want to do more. So the more you get into it, the more you want to do it.
For the first time, we saw rugby getting into the Olympics. But certain sports like triathlon, yes, we have activities around Kenya, around Africa, but we haven't reached, as a country, we haven't reached that climax whereby we are at the Olympic level, we are at the World Cup level. Probably, what's your vision like in the next 5, 10 years? Where do you see yourself?
First of all, thank God I'm the first Kenyan to have a triathlon medal for the country,
Wow.
which I got it from Tunisia in the African
Wow.
Championship.
Then
That's
you say,
an achievement
then you think it's not a highlight.
No, that's not yet a highlight because it's just African Championship. So there is also World Championship. That's one of my vision to be in the World Series. It's like for you in football, like everyone right now is watching the Champions League.
Yes.
So there's also the Champions League of triathlon, which compiles the best in the world. And the best in the world are the one who make it to the Olympics. So for the Olympic criteria, there's also like qualification.
Yeah.
You don't just go direct to the Olympics. So for qualifications, you have to go these international events. That's one of my goals, to be part in that international series, World Championship. So from there, then my other goal is to be in the Olympics representing the country. Right now, we are having trials for the Commonwealth Games, which is going to be held in Australia 2018. We're gonna have 3 trials. So far, we had one, which was held in Watamu. I came third.
Just the other day?
Just the other day.
Right.
I came third. We got points, 1, 2, 3. So I'm optimistic to the other 2 points. I'm going to qualify for the team and represent my country in the Commonwealth Games.
Having these 3 sports combined, it means you have a very intense day in terms of practice, in terms of working out. How is your typical day? Let's say once you wake up, how is your typical day?
Once I wake up, I usually go for my morning prayers. That's like 5:30. So from there, I say bye-bye to my bed till down, yes. So from there now, I start my program. So it depends. Sometimes I do cycling, sometimes I go for swimming, sometimes I go for running. So that's when my program starts. Then from there, I go back home, change. I'm still a university student. I'm still in school. So I go to school and learn few things. Back from school, from evening, I go for my practice. So I train morning and evening.
Wow.
That's how I train, twice a day.
Wow, that's intense. Like 7 days a week.
It's 6 days a week. One day I use it for my recovery because I'm a human, I'm not a machine.
True. And talking about you being human, not being a machine, this is beyond the sport. We'd like to know more about our sports personalities because you are a champion. By all rights, you are a champion. So, first of all, because, when you see a very good-looking young man, there is probably somebody who's taking care of this young man, right? And when I'm talking about taking care, I mean like really taking care, because they say behind every successful man there is a woman. So you see where I'm going?
Yes.
So is there a woman? Is there any special woman in your life?
No, not yet.
Why?
Because right now I'm focused in my studies and in my sports. So maybe after my studies, I'm gonna look maybe finding the right one for me.
So probably the right one is.
Is someone watching this? Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, what message would you pass? Just a quick message. What would you tell them?
Just keep hanging there.
In terms of food, what's your ideal food? Because your kind of sport, it's quite intense on the muscles and all that. You need a reliable food source. What can you say is your favorite kind of meal?
I try to manage out of some way to try and eat as healthy as I can. At least I can get like fruits and food that like natural foods, not deep fried, maybe just baked things like that. So far for me, for my morning, just a slice of bread with some butter, some cheese, and a cup of coffee.
That's it.
That's it. And maybe in the midday getting some fruits because that's the ideal. It's natural source of nutrients which injects in your body. So I take some fruits a lot.
Then that's midday Lunchtime.
Lunchtime, obviously, wali.
Why? Unajua kuna
Wali wa nazi.
nimeambiwa Mombasa chakula chenyu kasi wali wa nazi ni biriani.
Ama chapati.
Shasema. So zote zinaingia ndani hiyo mix.
Yes, but the good thing is since at home my grandma is diabetic. So that's like an advantage for me because she doesn't eat fried foods. So like she eats like chapati ata, yani not fried, just
Kidogo tu kwa pan.
yeah, kidogo kwa pan without oil. So that's like an advantage for me. So people say like this is for diabetic people, but it's the healthy food which you're supposed to eat. It's not supposed. For us mentally, is when you get sick, it's when you think of the right food. But you have a chance right now, since you are healthy, just start taking right food from now.
One thing about sports personalities is that they usually have a good base, support base. Back at home, be it from the government, be it all that. Let's start with back at home. How did your family take it? Because the first time you said, guys, I want to venture into this sport. How did your parents take it, and how have they been supporting you till now?
My parents have really been supportive because what I achieved, they are really proud of what I'm doing. It's something that I'm doing because where I come from, Majengo, most of the people are drug addicts. So they're chewing mira, smoking weed. But from my family, seeing me doing this sport is a good thing for them because, first of all, I'm avoiding the bad company.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at least I'm doing the right thing, and they're really proud of it. Another challenge is financial support, because like my father is the breadwinner of the family, so he's just accommodating me for the school. That's really good thing he's doing. So for the sport, I just have. It's really hard because starting for me getting the equipments are really expensive. I told you I used to work, I did a job before getting back to university.
Yeah.
So all my savings, literally all my savings, I ventured into the sport.
Wow.
I'm not taking this, let's say, what do I say, as a liability. I'm taking it as an investment, not just money put in.
Because you're investing
I'm
in yourself.
in myself,
Yeah.
yes. In terms of challenges, finance is the really challenge. And because for me to be who I am right now or to get where I want to be, I have to get finances because traveling all the way and to get experiences, like I told you from my trip, I learned lots of things, lots of stuff from them, lots of mistakes I've made. So for me to be what I want to be, let's say for you, like right now Kenya, you are the champions in running. So most of people all over the world, they come to Kenya to train with the runners.
Yeah.
So for me to be the best triathlete, I have to go out there, compete with the best triathletes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So funding, that's a really major problem. Another thing is right equipment.
Sure.
We don't have equipments in Kenya, facilities, and coaching. We don't have a triathlon coach. For me, coaching, I coach separately. I got a swimming coach. I train in Bandari Swimming Club. I got a swimming coach, and I got another coach who is assisting me in my cycling and running program. Those like two different entities.
Yeah.
So it's good to have a triathlon coach, which you don't have any.
One who knows everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Because the swimming set is going to give you his swimming set.
Sure.
He doesn't know after there you're going to have to do
Cycling or running again.
Running. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So swimming is separate. So cycling is also. So they both give you programs to their own. So you're going to have to finish all of them.
Wow.
And from swimming, you're going to have, no, I'm saying like, Chad, no, you just have to do
You have to do this.
Yes, you have to do this.
And talking about the support system, because one thing, when guys voted in the new constitution and consequently the government, this current government came in, the idea was to bring up counties by through devolution. And probably most people complaining are saying that, okay, in terms of sporting facilities, the government is not looking into that. You are here in Mombasa County. Probably, how has the county government, let's start from there, how has the county government helped you, probably, in, let's say, facilitation probably when you're living and all that, in terms of facilitation, in terms of practice, all those things. How has the county government helped you?
So far, I've not received any help
Not a kobo.
from any local or the central government.
You don't say.
Yes, that's the truth be told. The good thing, like good people, like good Samaritans who came up, like for example, Karim Motors, he's the one who supported me for the trip to Tunisia.
Wow.
For the African Championship. So there we still have more events. So I still don't know who's gonna come in next for my next event and support. Because so far I've received nothing from the local government in terms of any kind of help.
How does that affect your morale?
That doesn't stop me from achieving what I want. Because even if I don't get the support I need, personally I know where I wanna be. So first of all, I keep faith in God because that's the first priority. So God will lead me to a good way. Then another thing, because kuna msemo palipo na njia, palipo na nia, hapakosi njia. So I have that intention where I want to be. So inshallah, maybe I'm going to have a way for me to be there.
As we wind up, I want you to look into this camera. I want you to talk to somebody. There is a young person who's watching back at home. Probably he or she has been inspired by your story because it's an incredible story. You are a champion. What can you tell them? Talk to them. This is your chance.
What I'm telling you, young people out there, it's never too late to start what you want to do. If you have passion, just go for it. Because like for me, I started, it's never too late. I started in my early 20s. That's when I started the sport, and this is where I am. Imagine if I started earlier. So whenever you want to do something, just start it immediately. Don't ever procrastinate.
And my main message is don't procrastinate. Every Monday we have Beyond the Sport, so never procrastinate. Keep it locked. Hashtag KTN Life and Style, hashtag Beyond the Sport. That was Mohammed Shamuty.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Karibu sana. Asante.
Tutapatana tena kwa
wazi. Yes.
Lakini ukitaka swimming coach, niko hapa.
Sasa.
Asante sana. Hi, till next week. Cheers, guys. Welcome back to Life and Style. This is Wellness Monday. Tumeona Beyond the Sport. Yeah. Mambo kama hayo. Philip.
Brian.
Umemwona Shamuty?
Nimemwona huyu jamaa.
Triathlon. Well, I know you're a fitness guy.
Yes.
Tell us about this sport, triathlon. Tumesikia kutoka kwa Shamuty. Wewe kama fitness guru, utasema nini kuhusu hii?
Brian, unajua kuna ile exercise ina involve muscles mingi sana. Cycling. Swimming. And jogging. Ile kukimbia ile unapata una combine vitu tatu tofauti yani. Hakuna hiyo lazima ukue hata Michael Phelps haezi. Ukitoa mtu wa maji kwenye maji umpeleke kwenye land, haezi kabisa, haezi. Utoe mtu baiskeli umwambie hebu leo tukimbie. Hawezani. So fitness mtu zoea ile kitu umependa, lakini kupata mtu ana combine zaidi ya vitu mbili, ogopa huyo mtu. Na tukipata mtu ambaye ana combine checked na viatu za brown kama huyo anajua style. Anajua style. Huyo ni mtu wa city walk kuna mmoja wa city walk na mwingine ambaye anajua style. Sasa Brian, kwani tunakimbizana sasa nikiamua check sasa kwani nini? Umeamua kiatu ni brown niende brown. Nikiamua brown unaamua brown. Lakini nikiamua nivishe koti yangu. Unajua? Nilikuwa nimeweka sema niweke kando kidogo. Tuipeleke test run. Sijui kama unanipata. Sikia gusa material. Gusa pamba. Brand bado hiyo ni city walk. Gusa pamba, city walk yote. Wanaweza hiyo. Wanajaribu hiyo koti kali. Hapo nimekubali sasa hapo. Umekubali? Hapo nimekubali. Hivyo sawa brand. So you can walk to any city walk branch. Hata Mombasani kuko. Unajua? Pia kule kulikuwa upande ya Nyali town kwenye city walk wako kila mahali. So you just walk into any city walk branch because they have discounts for you. Very affordable discounts for you. But right about now, Philip. Ni kama muda wetu umeisha, si ndio? Bado tuna chef bado. Wetu. Unajua tunawaachia ni kama relay. Watu wamejibamba. Kuna chakula, kuna dish brand bana. Ni aje? Na sisa wingi chakula.
Leo tutakula nini? Twende tufish.
Bahari labda.
Tukafisha.
Tuangalie kule baharini.
Itabidi.
But anyway guys, we're taking a short commercial break. Wellness Monday continues because we have the kitchen with Chef Abdallah alafu SOS Shaniko
mwenyewe queen wa vicheko
Yeah,
socialite.
all socialites. So don't go too far.
God, it looks so good already.
So good already. So
Yeah. Did we put in some salt?
enough salt
Wow.
and pepper?
Yes, it's perfect.
Enough? Perfect?
Perfect.